If you've ever felt like trading is harder than it should be, you're right. And it's not because you're inexperienced. It's because the entire trading world was designed without you in mind. Retail traders are thrown into the markets with no structure, no rules, and no real education. And then they're blamed for losing money. Today, I'm going to give you the framework that the professionals actually use. The framework retail traders never get access to. And I'm giving it to you for free. But before I give you the framework, I need to tell you something uncomfortable. Your results are not the problem. Your behavior is. The market isn't beating you. Your habits are. This framework fixes that. It removes emotion, removes confusion, and removes the chaos that destroys most traders before they ever get a chance. Let's start with the truth. Every losing trader has the same weakness. They trade without a clear thesis. They see a candle move and think they're seeing opportunity. But opportunity without structure is just noise. Professional traders start every trade with a thesis, a reason, a logic, a measurable idea. If you can't explain your trade in one sentence, you don't have a trade. You have a guess. Once you have the idea, you don't rush into the market. You calculate the damage. Professionals choose the loss first, not the win, the loss. Because every trade is a probability, and probability doesn't care about confidence. It cares about risk. When you define your maximum acceptable loss before you enter a position, you flip the entire game in your favor. That's the first pillar. Failure becomes controlled instead of catastrophic. Now let's talk about confirmation. This is where most retail traders kill themselves. They think spotting a pattern is enough. It's not. The market confirms the move, not your opinion. Confirmation is proof that your idea is playing out in real time. Without confirmation, you're entering early. And entering early is another word for gambling. The framework forces you to wait. It locks your impatience out of the room. That alone saves more money than any indicator ever will. Next comes discipline with winners and losers. Everybody says cut your losses and run your winners, but nobody explains the psychology behind it. Losses hurt the ego, so you hold them hoping they reverse. Winners trigger fear, so you close them early to protect the little profit you've made. That is not trading. That is emotional survival. A professional doesn't care about ego or fear. They care about data. This framework forces you to define your exit conditions before you enter the trade. Your exits become logic, not emotion. And when you remove emotional exits, your entire account transforms. Now we arrive at the real difference between amateurs and professionals. Amateurs trade setups, professionals trade systems. A system is a rule-based approach that tells you exactly when to take action. It removes uncertainty, removes stress, and removes panic. Once you follow a system, you stop hunting trades and you start waiting for probabilities. That's the shift that takes people from losing to consistent. The framework you're getting today is your system. Follow it and you'll become the trader you thought you were failing to be. And now the part that most people avoid, tracking every trade. Retail traders hide from their results. Professionals face every number because every bad decision becomes a pattern, and every pattern can be fixed. Your score sheet will expose your behavior with brutal honesty. Overtrading, revenge trading, fear, hesitation, it all shows up. And once you see the truth, you can correct it. This is the single biggest behavior change tool in trading. When you combine these elements, thesis, risk, confirmation, discipline, exits, system, tracking, you become a completely different trader. Consistency stops being a dream. It becomes a habit. And that habit builds confidence, builds discipline, and builds a real equity curve instead of chaos. This is not a trick. This is not motivation. This is the same structure used by traders in major banks and hedge funds around the world. The difference is that they're forced to follow it. Retail traders aren't. But after today, you will be. And that is the turning point that defines the rest of your trading journey. If you're tired of confusion, tired of blowing accounts, tired of trading on hope instead of structure, this framework is the beginning of your new chapter. Download it, study it, use it on every single trade from today forward. This is the moment your trading becomes professional. The link is below.